Hi, it's been a while. I've been extremely busy. I've been not myself recently, so since I got back to being myself, I'm happy to be back. So I decided to make a test for the first time with my new light panels outside. I've done some inside. You've seen some of my videos with the panels, but this is the first time I'm doing it in almost total darkness. This is 5 o'clock in the morning, probably. Didn't check, but I think it feels like it. The sun is rising, as you can see from the light blue shade in the sky. So I have two light panels, and for the sound I'm using my mid-side capsule on the Zoom H5. I bought it because I broke my XY capsule, the stereo capsule that comes with a unit. I just dropped it once on its head and it died. I can still use it as an adapter for my binaural microphone, but I cannot use my binaural at the same time as the mid-side, which I find extremely frustrating. I have all the adapters, but it still doesn't seem to work, so I'll contact the companies, both of the microphone and the recorder, to see if I can figure something out. Because you can't have so many channels of recording and not be able to use them at the same time. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, yeah, the microphone needs a plug-in power, which is provided on the Zoom if you use the capsules line in, which you don't have on the mid-side. So that's a bit of a limitation. But yeah, I want to do some storytelling sessions outside, especially in the park. Don't really want to walk all the way to the park with my equipment, so decided to do that in a small backyard. And hopefully the visual's good, looks good from the viewfinder. I don't have a monitor to monitor myself when I record, so the small viewfinder on the camera will have to suffice. How's my sound, by the way? I'm sure this is not as deep or as precise as the binaural microphone can provide, but the mid-side has two sets of microphones, the front and back, which provides the main sound, and the sides, which provides ambient sound. So you're supposed to be able to record bands or choirs with it. So I thought when I bought it that it could be sufficient to record the atmosphere. It's very greedy in terms of volume levels. You need to put it to the max to be able to hear clearly for a lot of applications, especially when I whisper. So maximum levels and talking really close to the microphone. So this is all a test for myself, but I figured I'd share it with you. And you can tell from the sky changing color that it's still rising. So I'm hoping that this will also help me understand a little bit more about lights. So yeah, I spent the night cleaning my studio, half of it, which I'm really happy with. Going to install a new framing system to hold backgrounds so I can take better photos of my projects and do ASMR videos with more elaborate scenery. So very exciting, but I couldn't sleep after this, so I decided to try something useful and create this video test so I can see and listen on my desktop computer and see if it's good enough. If not, I'll have to invest some more time, effort, and of course equipment. I probably will get myself a lapel mic eventually. I need one to record voice, while the capsule on the Zoom H5 will provide general background, for realism and such. Because if you boost the volume on one device, it boosts everything else way out of proportion. I tried last summer to record a story while whispering and walking around. If you boost it enough to hear your whispers, then you end up having way too much noise. Crickets were nightmarish. Crickets were going to explode your brain. So I contacted the microphone's maker, and he was really nice with me, explaining that this microphone was designed for quiet environments to record ASMR specifically. So you can do one but not the other. You can probably use it for ambiance, but you have to set it up for that and not talk over it, or one or the other, not at the same time. So I'm probably gonna get myself a lapel mic just for voice, and calibrate everything so that you have good layers, good separation. In fact, I'll be able to adjust it in editing, preferably, so that you have an experience that's pleasant to listen to and watch. So how's my sound really? I'm on the Currently, I am on the right of the device. The microphone is a bit strange in how it's set up. You have to hold it vertically in order for the sound to be picked up properly. Normally you want to point a microphone like this, but with this one you have to hold it like this so that the sound, the front capsules captures it. I mean, you could still use it like this, but it seems to be more powerful this way, vertically. So I didn't know what to say. It's just a test, so that's what I've been doing. I'm walking around and talking to you, and hoping that is somehow calming a little bit, despite the bugs. I hope I don't get bitten this time. About a few weeks ago, I got bitten by my first wasp. Thankfully, I'm resistant to that. I did not have any kind of severe allergic reaction, but I've been a little bit afraid to get back in the yard since then. So, for you people, I risk my life. Not really. I risk my comfort levels. So this is it. This is. Let me know what you think about the quality. I will try to fidget with the lights a little bit. I'm gonna go with more bluish lighting setup. I'm bringing it all the way to the blue. That's the, yeah. So this would make me look more like in the early morning that I am. It's still a bit more yellow than natural lights, but indoors it would look like morning light. So again, it's for my own purposes to see on the desktop computer screen what it looks like. You can of course alter the intensity. I'm at maximum right now on both. I can bring them closer and incline them a little bit. Someday I want more stable light stands, but I like this. This doesn't look too blue. It should be blue, not orange. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Early morning lights. Boosted. Because in a moment, maybe 20 minutes, I would have that kind of light behind me. So if I were filming, I would probably use these as real lights on me. Practical lights. And the sky would just be there mostly like decoration. So this looks nice. This looks nice and soft. I don't think I've used the blue lights yet. These are dual color panels. Bicolor, I think they're called. So there's two types of LEDs on them. The warm ones and the cold ones. Currently I'm using the both of them at max. I just reduced one of them at 10% just for a little bit of life in the shadow side. It's not bright enough. So I'll just bring it closer to use it almost like a reflector. So main light, fill light. Maybe it's not filling enough, or maybe it's too much. That's better. You should see some life on my shadow side. Of course, I'm not an expert. I'm learning as I go, and I'm watching videos. Not very with a lot of discipline. I should take notes, but I don't. But the more I make videos, I'll probably understand the wisdom of taking notes and applying the theories that other people have proven to work. So let's bring it closer a bit more, just to see what the setup would be. Normally you want to put them at 45 degrees. That's like your standard, but then you want to play with that and create different kinds of atmospheres. I enjoy doing that for photography, so might as well start doing that for video as well. High contrast. Is that creepy? Contrast. So this is all, again, it's just me goofing around to see if my setup will help. Look at that blue sky. It's so calming. I think I'm gonna have a good day today. I have to go shopping for some red cedar, western red cedar beams to install on my new work table so that I can create that background holder. It will hold panels and curtains so that we can see better, so that we can isolate my very tiny studio, work studio, which is my bedroom, so that it doesn't look like the mess it is, and I can create new environments in it. So, yeah, this is probably not very useful if I don't actually say where my lights are. I'll have to guess next time if I really like the effect. So these are really close to me now. I guess I could reduce the intensity on both. Like, these are at 10% right now. And if I do film this close in the park, it is my belief that it might be enough, you know, to give a good atmosphere, especially in the orange, you know, daylight, late daylight, or in between. You can do both. Okay, this is volume 10%. Yeah, these are full orange, and they will look more orange probably because how everything else is so blue. But that could be artistically interesting as well. Of course, you can go in between. Let's go about the middle. My favorite setting on these panels, and I use them in the daytime and at night to light my studio till I can get my hands on my regular light bulbs. I have special light bulbs that I use in the studio that are less expensive to use than these lights. I mean, you plug them in the wall when you're not using the batteries. But see, this is my. Let's see if I have the right settings. My favorite setting is 45. So 4500 Kelvin. Because it feels, to me anyways, like it's using both types of LEDs at maximum, or at whatever level you're using. And it looks more like the middle of the afternoon. It's not too late, not too early. It just makes my colors look good when I take pictures and when I paint my props and puppets and masks. So I don't want to have that special surprise when I bring them out in the sunlight and see a lot of missing spots that you didn't paint properly, or that the colors are way off. So these lights are perfect for this, but I'm guessing I'm killing them by using them every day, all day. I should say all night, because I work nights. But this is exciting. Even from the small viewfinder, I forgot to actually focus anything. So I'm going to touch the screen now, hoping to see if it helps. I don't know if it did before. But, you know, this camera's pretty good at autofocus. I actually never figured out how to turn it off. So, sometimes you want to turn it off, but I don't know how yet. So, yeah, let's do a contrast now. Let's try this side blue and this side orange. I've taken some pretty interesting photos in my old setup, you know, at home, where the windows, you know, I was getting lights from inside that were orange, and I had lights from outside that were blue, and my subject matter, which was a puppet head in clay, was lit by the two colors, and it was just fantastic. As an effect, it was multicolored and quite alive. Maybe this will do it. Of course, I'm not made of a neutral clay color, but may give myself an idea. Is that mysterious? Welcome to my channel. Are you ready to have nightmares? Or dreams, depending. I don't know, I'm just goofing off. I'm excited to see what I can come up with this new setup. I still need to figure out how to do it mobile. Earlier I was trying to record something with the tripod held with one hand and the light pole for one of the light panels like this. It's exhausting. I couldn't do it for more than 5 minutes. I have injuries in the arms, so I need to figure out a shoulder rig. Previous attempt was really bad. It didn't work. It shook all the time when I walked, so this still needs to be figured out. But in the meantime, I'll just do it stationary. I'll just have to find a way to carry all this gear with my bicycle. I do have a basket, and I have a small trailer, so that shouldn't be an issue. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. You still here? Come on.